Bonjour, and welcome back to the French campaign in Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. So, let's see what happens in 1914. Well, there's an election, so that's a thing. Naval invasion did not pop up where I thought it would be. A new battleship. Or... no, that does not look that new. It only has 4 main guns and 2 double turrets. Is this a, is that a pre-dreadnought? Yeah, it might be. Alright. Yes, it is. And we have the new cruisers in service now. Instantly getting pulled into battle. Let's see, do I should probably mainly use my destroyers for this, I think. Take a look at this thing. Because that's not the same as the ironclad in the previous battle, is it? Because that was only 9,000 tons. This is 15. It's also faster. And it's got like better armor quality, but why why is it here? Where was it the rest of the war? Because it can't be a new ship, right? It's clearly old. Maybe Nayade detach here. Actually detach all of them. Just to let the new Cassard actually speed up. I wouldn't want to lose it. Let's put it on the thumbnail, actually. The DDs target that transport with the guns. Transport has torpedoes. 10-kilometer torps. My cruiser has torpedoes as well. There we go. 7.3-kilometer torps. And we can turn again and launch from the other side if we want to. But let's get the destroyers into position first. Without running into my own torps. Let's see, there we go. Launched. And we take a hit. Not a big deal. I think we can manage. Got some torpedo hits here. 330. Should avoid those torps. .309, getting a good launch angle from this side. And I don't think we need any more torps, because that's one dead battleship already. Transport surrenders. The battleship is sunk. All is good. Right. And, ooh. The Italians have put together another task force. Another Lepanto. The Carolina. Yeah, we've seen this before. It was damaged in a previous battle, and now it's repaired and back in action. They have a lot of destroyers. They have a lot of torpedo boats. Alright. Now let's see if they can make use of them. What does it say? 3 times 2, 13.5. There we go. A little stuck tooltip there. It went away, so it's fine. Reducing speed. And the cruisers can, as usual, just follow. We are a little low on ammo, aren't we? After fighting that huge pile of trash last month. But yeah, it should be fine. They only have one capital ship. In that battlecruiser. And we got the 15-inch guns on the 2 Valorous class to deal with that. Let's see, they're to the north. Somewhere. Somewhere north-ish. There you are. Battlecruiser. Carolina. Doing your near top speed of 25 knots. Minus a little bit for maneuvering. We're getting some minuses for target fast speed. And we're accidentally hitting things in the background there. We knocked out their Y turret. Main guns. Keep on target. What torp range are we looking at from these guys? It's the 2.7 kilometer torps. We've seen a lot before. Fine, they're not getting through my my secondary fire. Carolina should now be slowing down considerably. Let's take a look. What's done the most to you? Oh, 13s actually. Not the 15s. Yeah, I got some 13.5 inch main belt pens. On these guys as well. I think that's the end of the battlecruiser. Torpedo boats are still doing torpedo boat things, which is like not very useful. break off from here and go straight after these two. Calliope, last one remaining. No, actually. There are two more here. But those should be the last three. Yeah, ammunition was sufficient. And there. Ah. If they'd had more of those battle cruisers, it would be a bit more of a threat. Panama Canal is now open. Which is cool. Yeah, that's right. Costa Rica, that's also a Dutch territory. Suriname, too. Let's see, let's move this force into its circle. Also opening a an invasion of Dutch New Guinea. There we go. A few months remaining. I got another light cruiser into service here, which on its own is not going to do much. Podenope. Alright. I think that one's a little bit outdated compared to mine. 21 knots. 6-inch guns, though. But I wouldn't be surprised if it can't bring them all to bear. I'm not sure what kind of gun layout it has. Let's put the new Marseillaise to the test in a 1v1. Let's see if these are as good at what they should be good at as we've hoped. And we're already spotting them. So, tower spotting is good. These also have torpedoes. Take a look at our opponent here. And it's one of these things. I think we can outgun it. Let's see, what's my armor calculator set to? Roughly 100 is what I'd like it to be. I got 70%, so it's slightly less than that, but I've got 100. And they cannot go through my armor. Not the main belt armor. Anyway. While I should be able to go through them. At most ranges. What kind of torps did you have? 4.8s? Are mine gonna hit? Probably not. Let's launch from the other side as well. There they go. Torpedo hit. And another one. Maybe more like that. That's the thumbnail. At least this guy is being aggressive. At 21 knots though, it's kind of limited what they can actually do. Actually, I think this is a much better shot. So far, I'm very much liking this light cruiser. Nice try. I saw those coming, because this thing actually has decent torpedo spotting. Further assisted by the hydroacoustic thingy-majig. I'll give you some torpedoes in return, though. Giuseppe. And that's it for you. Let's go sink the transports. One down. Keep an eye out for those torpedoes. 32 knots. The torpedoes are starting to become not terribly slow. That's the first bit of real damage we've taken from that transport. Knocking out one secondary gun. Right. Now this was kind of outmatched by my brand new light cruiser, but I'd still say that counts as proving its worth for the new design. Let's see. Transport capacity is going back up. We are getting the Mark 315 in a while now. So 2.5 years. High tensile steel. We're going to use that for the new cruisers that we're going to build, which will be next month. Anything else that we're like very close to getting? We're getting new ship parts, which will probably be some of those refit towers. All right. How many of these light cruisers are in service now? I got 2 of them being repaired. That's just simple 1-month repairs. Or maybe resume those repairs as well, which have been set on pause for a while now because I forgot. Yeah, 14 months for the new battle cruisers, 15 for the battleship. That's been suspended a couple times. That's why that's been a little bit delayed. strikes first. Saved crew, alright. Lost 2 transports this month. That's not bad. And Bulgaria allies to Norway. I still have not gained a single minor ally in this campaign. There are, of course, fewer minor nations in DIP Extended because many of them have been expanded on to become playable nations. Like, for example, Brazil, Argentina, and so forth. But they do exist. And you can get allies to sell ships to. I just have not gotten that yet. The Navy is taking Belgium. The Army trying to get in on the action. Probably not going to make it in time. The Army is also trying to push into northwest Italy. The Dutch have 1 armored cruiser. Do I have any spare ships to deal with that? Let's send out a couple of the Victor Hugo. Also, this destroyer needs to be taken care of. Montcalm can do that. Let's do this convoy battle and then build the next cruiser class. Right, so this is not one of the new ones. This is one of the very old ones. We got a destroyer with us. TB-90, you can just go home. Well, let's just keep going until we find them. Having the new one here, the Marseillaise, would be so much nicer. So, I've got to build more of those and start retiring these 1890s vintage boats. And the destroyers are there. Are these armed? These are completely unarmed. These transports. Can we get some torpedoes on enemy DDs here? Unlikely. Can they get torpedoes on me? Possibly. Probably not. My destroyers outsailing their torpedoes. Cut in behind this one. That's gotta be tight. Okay. Torpedo hits on Antonio Cantore. Yes. Pontier next. While my destroyer goes after the transports. Dud torpedo. These should not be full duds. It's very maneuverable though, this old cruiser. I don't think I'd be able to top that 150-meter turning circle with any new modern design I make. Even this destroyer can't top that one. Torpedoes as well. And duds, but okay. Why are we going at full speed? We don't need that. It's not as if we're taking any return fire. This is unarmed. There. Right, let's see about that cruiser. Now, for the results of the poll, let's see. In fourth place, with 10% of the vote, Jules Ferry. That was the one with the 8 10-inch guns and the 4 8-inch guns as an intermediate battery. In third place, Imprenable with the 8 11-inch guns, 21% of the vote. Second place, just ahead of it, Marie-Jeanne with all the 9-inch guns. And in first place, by a considerable margin, is the Caïman with 12 10-inch guns. So that's the one we're going with. Let's just place these down for now. Let's see, what kind of barbette were we using for this? This one, right? I think so, yeah. Or not? That looks too big. Hang on. Let's see. Oh, it was this one. The slightly smaller one, which is still big enough for that turret ring. And slightly shorter, so it's not like way too tall. Now, towers. This one has better tower spotting and better night vision. So I think I can give up 0.5 long range accuracy for that. Let's see, let me just, why is it show? Oh, yes, of course. I reduced the beam and draft. There. That's how I got them so long in the, like, design bureau thing. Now, with the latest version of tweaks and fixes, I don't actually need to have my turrets all the way forwards to fill out that that belt. So I can place them down more for aesthetics and such. Since this one is going to be aft of that bulkhead anyway, let's just, since we can, push that belt all the way out to the next second to aftmost bulkhead. I don't think that'll protect the rudder, but let's put like there. And this like there. Let's see what kind of superstructure did I have on this. I had 4 funnels. That was 2 of these, just mounted directly on deck. The biggest mini funnels on the tower, and then it was not the biggest ones, the thin funnels, because they were too tall. These ones or the next one? That's also too tall. It's got to be the smallest ones. This is important. I'll place you there. You up there. Back a little bit here and back a little bit there. I think that looks quite handsome. Let's see, for secondary armament, add 5-inch guns. We can now go with triples if you want to, because we got that technology now. The prototype had doubles. But that was just a prototype. Okay, it's got to be a little bit further out to the side here. like so. I'm gonna be alt-tabbing a little bit to just check on the drawing or the screenshot. All right, and there was one center line between the X turret and the secondary tower, so that means these have to actually be pushed up a little bit, and everything has to be pushed up. Maybe have them like this instead. Like so, and like so. And then we're going to find one barbette here to put in between. This one, or is that too chonky? Blocking too much. The field of fire from the X turret. Yeah, that was blocking way too much. So we're not going with that one. It'll be a little bit further back. That works. Badly placed. I think that will work, actually. I think the game is just being dumb. But that is the general layout. Now, what was the speed of this thing? It was 24 knots, wasn't it? I think it was. This and the one with 11-inch guns. Oil 1. Okay, so forced actually ends up being slightly lighter in this case. Only slightly more expensive. Hang on, what's the maintenance? Just shy of 4 million. Or 4.2. It's not a big difference. We gain more engine efficiency and more range. So, we're gonna go forced here. Not typical for me, but alright. Crop 1. We can go reinforced bulkheads 2. Citadel 3 giving us a resistance of 89.5%. So the grand gun damage received is minus 17. Not excellent, but remember these beam and draft reductions. We can reduce those in the future with refits. We can't move this slider, but we can move these. All right. Standard ratio. Flashfire chance is 18. Cordite 2, it's 15.4, not too much better. 4.1, that is quite safe. HE pen of from 2 to 1.3 inches, depending on range. Which is sufficient to deal with destroyers and torpedo boats. We can actually... that's not enough if they got 1 inch of armor. That should be enough. That is 80 damage of almost 1,000. Or 764. No RDF yet. Right. Armor then. What kind of deck pen are we looking at? Like 1 inch at most. Although that could be, you know, more or less depending on what kind of enemy we're fighting. So 3.2 times 4, 12.8. Is that more than we need? It might be. Oh, main belt could actually be reduced. I want to lengthen these guns though. 50 calibers in length, giving us an AP range of 14.4 kilometers. At 10,000 meters, 9.3 inches of pen. I'd say that's sufficient. No barbette armor for the 5-inch guns. Right. I want to have more range. I want to have more bulkheads. I can actually max out the bulkheads, and we're not overweight yet. Yeah, we're not overweight yet. Maybe I don't have to reduce the armor. Let's just bump this down to an even 3. There. These 4-inch guns, do they fit anywhere? No, they don't. Like, not on the towers, at any rate. The 3-inch guns should. Not here with the funnel, though. How about the 2s? Maybe like special places for them? No? So this tower has casemate slots. For 3-inch guns. I mean, sure enough, fine. Mount 4-inch guns there instead. Because these casemate slots only take 4-inch casemates. Like so. Do we go with torpedoes here? think we do. Because they don't block the firing arcs of any of these secondary guns. In fact, I think it would... hang on, these don't fit here, do they? Yeah, they do. I think that's a better looking place to put those. I can't explain why I think that's better looking, but it just is. You can bump that down to anti-torp 2 again, because it just took up quite a bit of weight. And we need to armor up these new casemates. What kind of range do we get? 8 kilometers? That's fair enough. Torpedoes now have an almost 9-kilometer range. So they're getting up there. I think that's it. I don't think there's much more else we can do here. Guess we could have gone with 5-inch casemates instead of 4s. Okay, these do not have the weight of the armor included. Let's see if we make them equally armored. Yeah, they weigh a little bit more. Also, we can't put them up there. So, we're just going to go with the 4s. In this case. As we did. Can they be further up armored? Yes. Up to 6.4 inches. Tempête. Now, the prototype ship was called the Caïman, but I'm not sure if I want to name it that or something else. Strasbourg. That's one of the ships that sacrificed itself to let the battleship survive in the Battle of Sumatra, or at least that's the story that we're sticking with and telling the press. Not that it was accidentally torpedoed by our own torpedo boat. That would not be good for morale. So that's the name of the new class of armored cruiser. And we're going to build 4 of these at first to replace the one missing from the Singapore squadron. So at 174 million, it is, let's see, where did I put you? Victor Hugo, 1906 version. Yeah, it's more than twice as expensive, like 2.5 times as costly as the Victor Hugo. But it's got 3 times the number of 10-inch main guns. It's faster, more survivable. And let's see, what's the maintenance? 8.3 versus 2.3. Yeah, it's a bit more expensive to keep in service. Also compared to the Rochambeau, It's not that much more expensive than the Marseillaise, the little new light cruisers, which turned out to be quite pricey. So it's not that bad. Also, if you're wondering why the shipbuilder looks a little bit different now, it's the latest version of tweaks and fixes. I'm not entirely sold on this like more bright look in the shipbuilder. In battle, they look the same though, so that's fine. But like the builder itself, it's so insanely much more responsive, especially when you got this many ship designs in this design tab here. And this goes for the share designs as well. If you have a year with a bunch of designs, it used to be insanely slow and laggy. But now it's just so much smoother. It's very nice. I do like it. Let's see. Anything we need to refit while we're here? I don't know. Many of them are just kind of on their like last leg as far as serviceability goes. How about the destroyer? See how quick that was compared to what it was before? Let's see, what can we do about you then? Oil 1. Let's see, what does that do to maintenance? 640, yeah, it's cheaper. Good. I'm not sure if I want to go geared turbines. Because that's, yeah, we do save some weight, but it's a pretty big expense. Reinforced bulkheads too. Oh, reducing to single bottom. We have a lot of weight to spare now. So let's add 50% more torpedoes, just like that. But do they turn? It can turn all the way back here. Good. 50% more torp for quite a bit more range. We got nose fuse HE shells. 0.1 inch of penetration. It's gonna be 0.1 inch. Nose fuse or high capacity. Might as well go with the more damaging ones. Do we keep the 4-inch guns? Or upgrade to 5s? I think we keep the 4-inch guns. Can we put a barbette on this now? Has this been updated to allow that? Yes, it has. Well, that gun can actually super fire. Excellent. As for the rest of the now added leftover displacement, we can add some bulkheads, make these a little bit more survivable. Even anti-flood too. That's my turning circle now. 257. That's a bit less than what it was, I think. And more range. And yeah, that's quick update to our existing destroyers. Basically new torpedoes, new fuel, and a tiny raised barbette here. And I want to do the same to the torpedo boats, but I can just do that off camera. Let's bring on the refits. It's pretty nice that we have these tabs up here, but oh no, we do have a shipbuilding capacity tab. Never mind. I was going to complain about something, but it's already been taken care of. And for those to Singapore. There. And the other 3 will also have to be renamed with the same names as the ones that were lost. 17-month construction time. Yeah, what's the construction time of the Rochambeau? 16 months. For Victor Hugo, 14 months. It makes sense that it's more construction time. It's a bigger ship. But that's it for now. Shipbuilding capacity really picking back up, which is good. Goodbye, and take care.